Dimon lived in Al-Zahara, a city of sun-baked clay shimmering under the desert sun. She was a weaver, her hands quick and skilled, creating tapestries dyed with the colors of the sunset. One evening, searching for a rare desert flower, Dimon wandered farther than usual beneath the sky waking with stars. Half buried in the sand, she discovered a jar glowing with a pearly light, as if made from solidified moonlight. The jar was sealed with obsidian silver constellations swirling across its surface. Dimon felt a gentle warmth and a quiet hum from the jar, as if it had waited for her. She brought it home, placing it on her table among spools of thread and the scent of desert herbs. With a deep breath, she twisted the stopper, heart fluttering with fear and wonder. Silvery mist poured out, swirling in the center of her room. The mist gathered, growing brighter until it formed the shape of a person. A being stood before Dimon, glowing with the gentle light of the full moon. The figure introduced herself as Lunari, a moon servant bound to the jar. Lunari explained she could grant Dimon 3 wishes before the next full moon. Dimon's journey with the jar had begun. Dimon's first wish was simple, a thread that would never break, strong and beautiful as moonlight. Lunari smiled and conjured a shimmering thread, coiling it onto Dimon's spool. The next morning, Dimon wove with the magical silk, its strength and beauty unlike anything she'd known. The finished rug shimmered within a light, soft yet impossibly durable. News of her unbreakable silk spread quickly. Merchants and nobles flocked to her workshop, offering gold for her creations. Dimon's fortunes improved, her home repaired, her heart filled with quiet joy. Yet as she gazed at the remaining thread, she sensed her journey was far from over. Her first wish brought comfort and respect, but also new expectations. Dimon wondered what her next wish would mean for her and those she loved. The moon servant's presence lingered, a promise of more to come. Dimon's true treasure was her grandmother, Zina, once a great storyteller, now blind to the world's colors. Dimon's heart ached for her, longing to restore her sight. As the moon grew full, Dimon made her second wish, for Zina to see again. Lunari touched Zina's eyelids, a golden light enveloping her. Zina opened her eyes, wonder and tears mingling as she saw Dimon's face and the vibrant tapestries. Joy returned to their home. Zina walked the city, marveling at its colors, sharing stories under the stars. But her restored sight brought more than beauty. Zina now saw auras and shadows others missed. This new vision was both a gift and a burden, revealing hidden joys and sorrows. Dimon realized every wish carried consequences, weaving light and shadow together. Still, the bond between grandmother and granddaughter deepened. Zina's wisdom grew, and her stories became richer, guiding Dimon through the challenges ahead. The city whispered of miracles, but only Dimon knew the true cost. The moon watched, silent and patient. Dimon prepared for her final wish, knowing it would test her heart. The journey was not just about magic, but about understanding the threads that connect all things. As the full moon neared, Lunari's form grew faint, her voice urgent. She warned Dimon the final wish was not a simple request, but a choice that would define her soul. Many had found jars like this, Lunari explained, but few chose wisely. Wishes for power or riches faded quickly, wishes for others opened new doors. The last wish required a journey, a test of the heart. Tonight, the full moon would open a doorway to the Temple of the Hourglass, a place between sand and starlight. There, Dimon would face a choice revealing her truest purpose. The path ahead would not be easy, the choice would echo through eternity. Dimon listened, understanding that every gift brought responsibility. She was ready to weave her fate, not just for herself, but for the world. The moon's light beckoned, and Dimon prepared for the journey. The final test awaited. At midnight, Dimon's workshop dissolved into shimmering sand and starlight. She stood before a colossal hourglass temple, stars cascading through its center. Lunari welcomed her, explaining the temple measured purpose, not time. Dimon's final test was to walk through falling stars and reach the heart of the temple. As she entered, visions tempted her, a life of wealth, her grandmother young again, perfect happiness. She remembered Lunari's warning and pressed on, resisting the illusions. The starlight sand felt like pure potential beneath her feet. Dimon focused on her purpose, weaving understanding from each step. She passed through the curtain of light, reaching a quiet, circular chamber. The heart of her choice awaited. The true test was about to begin. In the chamber stood 3 doors, each glowing with a different light. Lunari explained, behind each door lay a different destiny. The first, golden, promised endless happiness and ease, a life free of hardship. The second, blue, offered to heal all suffering in Al-Zahara, but at the cost of Dimon bearing that pain herself. The third, white, held no promise of reward or sacrifice, only the thread of eternity, the wisdom to see how all things are connected. Dimon considered each path, selfish comfort, selfless sacrifice, or understanding. She saw her own hands reflected in the third door's light, the hands of a weaver. The choice was clear. She reached for the door of pure potential, ready to weave her own destiny. Lunari watched, hope shining in her eyes. Dimon stepped forward, heart steady. The future would be woven by her own hands. She chose the path of wisdom. Dimon entered the third door, finding a single luminous thread, the thread of eternity. As she touched it, light filled her, revealing the connections between all things. She saw how kindness rippled outward, how every action wove into the world's tapestry. Dimon was no longer just a weaver of cloth, but of fate itself. Lunari smiled, her task complete. The temple faded, and Dimon returned to her workshop, the magical jar turning to dust. She felt the phantom weight of the thread of eternity in her hands. Dimon wove quietly, her magic subtle, healing courage, hope woven into everyday life. She became a legend, the Starweaver, her creations soothing hearts and mending spirits. Xena's visions became wisdom for the city, guided by Dimon's gentle touch. Dimon lived a long, peaceful life, her heart always full. On moonlit nights, silver threads seemed to connect earth and sky, a reminder of the weaver who learned to weave the stars. Her story became part of Al-Zahara's tapestry, a legacy of quiet magic and understanding. The city thrived, bound by the threads Dimon had woven, and the moon watched, content, as the weaver's gift endured through generations.